What's up, space pirates? This is your Admiral, the ever-charming Dr. Disaster, and last week we learned that Corinne Bush, the self-proclaimed queerosexual gendermancer who directed Dragon Age the Veilguard, that person is no longer working at BioWare.
Get him out of here.
Bye. I'm gonna get you a nice fruit basket. I'm gonna miss him. All right.
Well, now, this week, it looks like we get an idea as to why this move was made. Of course, in the email that was leaked to Smash JT, Bush attempted to sound super positive about the move and tried to make it sound like this was a self-imposed decision, but everyone kinda knew that really this was EA and BioWare switching things up because Dragon Age the Veilguard was such a massive flop. And now we have more evidence of that, as EA has to admit that the game sold like dog shit ice cream.
That sounds good. I'll have that.
There will always be some people out there who will eat up bad products. It took us years to get to this point where enough gamers will take a stand against products like the Veilguard and will not buy it just because it says Dragon Age in the title. But we're here now, and the market is speaking the will of the consumers. For months, there has been speculation about what the sales numbers have been for Dragon Age the Veilguard. The fact that BioWare wasn't publicly announcing these numbers was a surefire sign that the numbers weren't good, but Dragon Age defenders rejected this out of hand.
No, it's not true. That's impossible!
Search your feelings, Dragon Age defenders. You know it to be true. Yeah, EA shared some of their preliminary numbers for the last fiscal quarter yesterday, where they were forced to admit that their LGBT simulator with the Dragon Age backdrop, aka the Veilguard, sold around half as well as they hoped, and as a result of this, the stock value for EA has plummeted, as you can see from the chart there. It dropped from $142 per share down to around $118, right around a 17% drop. So, it's not hard to imagine what the conversation was like with EA and Corinne Bush. The gendermancer was probably hoping that they were going to talk about Mass Effect and their beautiful future together, and EA responded,
"Bitch, you don't have a future."
Alright, me hearties, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, and also, don't forget to follow me on X, where my handle is Dr. Disaster 1. But anyways, brace yourself for what I'm about to say next, because it is shocking. Hopefully you're sitting down, but it seems as though Dragon Age the Veilguard didn't sell very well at all. I know. This is crushing news for any of you modern audience morons who really wanted to stick it to the chuds and claim that Dragon Age was a big victory, but EA themselves have come right out and said that the game was a disappointment. But let's read about it from this article in GameRanks, where the Access Media doofus who wrote the article had to choke back tears. You can practically see the tears in his eyes as he had to report that his beloved corporate master wasn't quite as impervious as he wanted them to be. But the article says EA stock dips as both Dragon Age the Veilguard and EA Sports FC 25 sell below expectations. For the first time in a long while, EA's sports game didn't save them. EA has proven to not be immune to the issues facing the video game industry, but perhaps to a greater degree that we usually expect. It is consistently amusing to watch these morons in the media have to work so hard not to admit what the issues are plaguing the industry. They always allude to a number of undefined things that are just outside of description that are tackling the industry and taking it down. They simply can't come to terms with the fact that their customers are not exclusively a bunch of woke, activist clapping seals who will swallow up everything that is spoon-fed to them. And it is killing them, figuratively killing them as an industry, as they stubbornly cling to any explanation other than that basic truth. But anyway, reading on, EA revealed in their latest financial earnings call that both Dragon Age the Veilguard and EA Sports FC 25 did not live up to expectations. This does not mean that these two games flopped, or that they didn't break even, but it can be taken as a sign that EA's business isn't showing its usual resilience, even with the power of its brands. And really quick here, I just want to pause and offer up a slow golf clap for the dude who wrote this. It is sincerely impressive how shamelessly this dude can kiss his corporate master's ass and write about the fact that Dragon Age only sold around half as many copies as EA projected, selling well below what it takes to break even. Conservative estimates of the budget suggest that they needed to sell around 4.5 million copies at full price in order to break even. But he can write about all of this and still try to defend this game. He can still try to claim that it wasn't a flop. But let's read on. Now, some may say that one could understand why this happened to Dragon Age the Veilguard. For various reasons, the title proved controversial and divisive, regardless of its positive reception with reviewers. Like I said, they will do anything to dance around the truth and avoid admitting that their progressive political shit is about as popular as a house fire. But anyway, reading on, the game sits at a Metacritic of 82 on PS5, but a user score of 3.9. This situation led to Metacritic themselves making a response. EA previously declined to share Dragon Age the Veilguard sales, but we now know that it reached 1.5 million players. That sounds good on its own, but EA actually projected it would reach twice that amount. So, they were expecting 3 million and only hit about 1.5 million. Wow, it's almost like calling half of the population who disagrees with your overt political progressive crap. It's almost like there are some consequences to your actions. It's almost like hiring activists to develop games for you was a really stupid ass idea. That Michael Jordan fella was really onto something, I think, when he famously said in the 90s, when asked why he doesn't discuss politics, he said, "Republicans buy shoes too." Well, in this case, gamers are a mostly male audience, and males do not give a shit about this progressive nonsense. We especially hate it being shoved in our face when we just want to engage with our hobbies. And just in case you think I'm talking shit out of my ass, look at this chart released by Nintendo here, showing the usage by household. At the very bottom, you can see that males make up a whopping 86% of the people who play Nintendo Switch. That's a little higher than even I would have guessed, but what's crazy is that I suspect that Nintendo is a little more female-centric than the other consoles. The split on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC might be skewed even more heavily toward dudes. The data that a lot of these idiots in the gaming industry followed, which suggests that half of gamers are women, we've been trying to explain to them how that data counts mobile games like Candy Crush and Words with Friends and stuff like that, and we've been trying to explain to them that actual gamers, people who will sit down and play a game like Dragon Age, those people are dudes. And dudes, by and large, do not buy into feminist progressive nonsense. It's too bad for BioWare that they didn't get the memo before they put together the Veilguard. Not that we didn't try to give it to them, they just stubbornly averted their eyes at every crossroads. In any event, I'm going to leave it there. Heap some mockery onto EA and BioWare into the comment section below, and we will talk there. Thanks for watching, me hearties. If you haven't already, your Admiral is inviting you to subscribe to the channel and become a part of the crew. Life as a space pirate may not be glamorous, but there's always plenty of booty.